Pacheco sidesteps a tackle, cuts 15, 10, 5, freaking touchdown, dude! Blown up, fumble, pitch back to Brian Cook, and Brian Cook's gonna freaking house it, dude! He's gonna house it! Oh my God! He's got plenty of time, fires, back in the end zone, touchdown! Bro, what the frick did I just watch? And this is why you don't doubt Patrick Mahomes. He's gonna waltz in, untouched! Touchdown, Kansas City, let's go, baby! What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday night Q&A Hangout. It's like, it feels weird because Monday Night Football was last night. Chiefs played. I spent all day working on the recap video, which I just got out, by the way. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. Do a deep dive into the game and a bunch of stats, outcome, and my biggest concerns of the Chiefs and their offense in particular in that video. But it was just weird because normally I'm doing my recap video on Monday, then Tuesday is the next day. It's a little bit more chill. Get ready for this live stream, but we went back to back tonight. Then Thanksgiving is in like a couple days. So I'm just going to start off and say 50 things that I'm grateful for. I'm just kidding. I am grateful for you guys, man, for the community that we've built. I'm very blessed to be able to do this for a living. I don't take it for granted. You know, I'm just extremely grateful for this. So I appreciate you guys more than you know. And win or lose, I think with the Chiefs, you know, it's always better when they win for me. Or for everybody, we just love when they win, right? But even when the Chiefs lose, I'm like, man, I still got to cover this team for a living. Like, it's like a dream. It's my childhood team that I watched growing up. So, been an absolute blast. It's been an absolute blast, win or loss. What up, Seth? You got to watch your mouth, man. Just kidding. He said balls. Ha ha. What's up, Achilles? Daniel Akers. How are you, bro? And then, whoa, Ron with the gifted. Let's go, dude. I appreciate that. The one gifted. Let's get it, baby. Yeah, last night was crazy. I think the stream peaked at like 6,000 or 7,000. The video, the live stream video, it's like 85,000 views. Dude, when the Chiefs lose, everybody loves to come and watch. Well, I kind of take it back because the Chiefs and Dolphins game had like a bunch of views too. I think my highest stream ever was Sunday morning streaming the Dolphins game. We had almost 8,000 in chat, and I was like, this is a lot of freaking people. A lot of people. But it's been awesome, man. It's just been awesome to be able to cover this team. James with the 5 said, hey, Cole, a live stream reflecting on the disappointing loss of a Chiefs game. Count me in. Yeah, I am disappointed. I don't know if it's just because I've spent all day. I'm kind of numb right now. It's like watched the game last night, obviously, watched the game again today, took notes on it, then made a video on the game and the main takeaways. So I'm actually in a pretty good mood. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm kind of just tired. It's a late night last night and just a little bit like numb about it. But when it comes to the live streams, I want to keep it upbeat and stay engaged with you guys. But yeah, it was definitely a loss that sucked. You know, it's Peyton Manning kind of said it best on the Manning cast. I saw it today. I shared it in my video, but he said it was interesting that in the Super Bowl, you could probably argue that the Eagles were the better team overall in that game, but the Chiefs managed to get the W. Well, he then said you could pretty much argue the same thing in the reverse. For last night's game, the Chiefs they were in control for the most part, and then they ended up not being able to squeak out the win because they couldn't get it done in the second half, and the Eagles got it done. So he's like, kind of interesting. That's how it works. Yo, Will Ashby, what's up, man? Will Ashby? Are you related to Eric Ashby? Did I already ask this before? Anyway, I know a guy named Eric Ashby, but I miss EB being on wide receivers about the small details that are basic fundamentals. Yeah, man, I did a video. I mean, it didn't do a ton of views, honestly, but I did a full video and segment on Eric Bieniemy last week. I think it was called, like, Do the Chiefs Really Miss Eric Bieniemy? And we really dove, like, into all kinds of stuff. And it's hard to quantify what you're saying that you miss about him. with the mistakes and that kind of stuff being due to the fact that like coaches aren't like, I don't know, getting on to players too hard. Like, we don't really know what goes on behind the scenes, so that's kind of hard to quantify. But if you didn't see that video, definitely watch it, because I do think the Chiefs miss Eric Bieniemy in some certain ways based on some of the stats that I found. So that'd definitely be worth taking a look at for sure if you haven't seen it. Cameron, much love, brother. Fitz-Nuts is in here. Let's go. Good to see you, man. Dude, our defense has showed up in the big moments, and Nick Bolton hasn't even really been here. Isn't that crazy? Wait for Nick Bolton to come back. I mean, him and Drew Tranquil have only played together for like a few games. So yeah, I'm excited to have them all back. I will say this: I'm very glad that Drew Tranquil was here, because he's a freaking dog. He's made so many plays for the team, man. It's been crazy. Underrated signing, maybe the free agency signing of the offseason, in my opinion. I mean, we all wanted a wide receiver, but imagine no Drew Tranquil, and then Nick Bolton's been out like most of this season. Imagine not having either of those guys. I mean, that's a big loss to the Chiefs defense. Yeah, another thing about, like, somebody said it's trending again. Fire Nagy. I see it going around. I mean, you guys got to let me know. Do you have a problem with the coaching last night? Because I don't really have a problem with the coaching. I don't feel like there was a lot of bad play calls per se. I feel like there was bad execution with the players on the field. You had 5 drops by the wide receivers. They lead the league in drops. Okay, so you've got 5 drops by the receivers. Mahomes misconnected with several guys, and some of that was the receivers. The interception Mahomes threw, that's on Mahomes. That's not Nagy. You know what I mean? He threw an interception in the red zone. Travis Kelce getting that ball perfectly punched out by the veteran cornerback over there. That's not on Nagy. Nagy's on the sideline with a freaking clipboard in his hand. You know what I mean? So, and again, I'm not like a Nagy apologist. I'm just like, sometimes we need to actually hold the real people accountable for these mistakes. And it's not Nagy on the sideline. It's the freaking players on the field dropping passes. It's Mahomes with his turnover, Kelce with his turnover, and some of Kelce's, I just kind of am like, I just give like credit for the play made there, because it was a perfect punch out. It was, and Kelce was wrapped up with the ball. I mean, he had 2 hands on the ball, wrapped up. He still punched it out. But that's 2 turnovers in the red zone. You can't do that against a team like the Eagles, man. And then the Chiefs, 3 games in a row, 0 points in the second half, dude. 0 points in the second half, 3 games in a row. They are the worst dude, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's true. They are the worst offense in the NFL in the second half. I just paused for dramatic effect. They average 5.3 points per second half game. Like, I didn't even word it right, but like over the course of 11 weeks, they average 5.3 points per game in the second half. They average about 17.2-ish points per game in the first half, 5.3 points per game in the second half. That is the worst in the NFL. Every other team in the NFL scores more in the second half than the Chiefs. Bro, Panthers, Broncos, I can't even use Texans anymore because they're actually doing better. The Cardinals. Like, any team you could think of, they score more points than the Chiefs in the second half. That is unbelievable and almost unfathomable. I'm like in shock, to be honest. I'm in shock about it. And then, yeah, last night, the Chiefs' 3rd game in a row. No points scored in the second half. It was like, what, punt, fumble, punt, turnover on downs, or something like that was the Chiefs' drives in the second half. They also had 5 3-and-outs. The Chiefs' offense, believe it or not, guys, had the least amount of 3-and-outs in the NFL, believe it or not. And they had 5 yesterday, which is freaking crazy, man. Freaking crazy. James with the 5 said having a loss during the season shouldn't hurt so bad when you know you still got a great chance to win the Super Bowl again. Yeah, man. I mean, there's some warning signs, I think, for the Chiefs offense, though, that if they don't clean some of this stuff up, you're going to struggle in the postseason. Like, you can't have the drops, you can't have the turnovers, you can't have some of those issues. Now, the good news is a lot of that's correctable in theory. We've been saying that, though, is the problem since week 1. Week 1 in the Lions game, wide receiver drops left and right. Oh, they'll get better, that's correctable. Well, here we are 10 weeks later. Still talking about the same issues. So here we are. But James, I appreciate the 5. Reeps with the 10. What's up, Reeps? Thank you, man. Very subtle thing I heard in McDuffie's press conference. He alluded to back in training camp when Kelsey was getting mad about the defense trying to punch the ball out. Yeah, he was talking about, I think they asked McDuffie something about his forced fumbles, and he said, yeah, that's why Kelsey was kind of getting mad because the defense has really harped on punching the ball out and getting it out of there, and that's something they've really strived to do. So Trent McDuffie, guys, had a crazy game last night. I mean, as bad as the offense did in the second half, the defense played incredible. Sacked Hurts 5 times. I mean, it was unreal. Picked him off. L'Jarius Sneed picked him off. And then Trent McDuffie had his first multi-sack game of his career. One was a strip sack for a forced fumble. Hurts did recover. But crazy game for the Chiefs defense. Yeah, Reeves, thanks so much for the 10, man. It was good to see you in the Zoom call, too. James with the 5 said, what are you guys smoking in the locker room at halftime then? Bro, I mean, it's recreationally legal in Missouri, so maybe, maybe they're taking some vitamins at halftime because I don't really know. It's actually that's a good excuse. I'm just going to use that. That's what's going on. They're just taking vitamins. Feed Rasheed Rice, let's go. I'm with that. What's up, Daryl? Good to see you, man. McDuffie was great. Wish he got the fumble he created. Yeah, I agree. Same 10 weeks of the same problem. That's the weird part. Usability. Yeah, I mean, some games where you could really be like, well, some of it was on the receivers, but some of it was definitely on Mahomes. I mean, last night, dude, you could blame a couple things on Mahomes, right? You could blame that interception in the red zone. But outside of that, I mean, he can't catch it for him, dude. Mahomes cannot throw the ball and then run down the field and catch his own pass in the game. Like, they need to catch the ball. MVS is getting $11 million a year. You got to catch the ball. Justin Watson, he had a couple bad drops too. But the problem, I mean, the thing, I have more, I think, compassion to some extent. Let me speak here for a second so you guys know where I'm coming from. I have more empathy maybe for Justin Watson. Reason why. He's like making $1 million, dude. And he's wide receiver 5 for all intents and purposes from our mindset and his expectations of production, right? No, not MVS. MVS is getting paid wide receiver 1 money on the team, basically. And he has fallen shorter than a hobbit with no legs this year. Like, it is not good, So, and I want to make it clear, I'm not excusing Justin Watson's drops. Regardless of how much you're getting paid, whether you're a rookie or a vet, it doesn't matter. You're supposed to be catching these passes. But I'm just saying, like, Justin Watson's getting targeted like way. He got 11 targets last night. That's insane. You know who else got 11 targets? Players like St. Brown. Players like maybe even AJ. No, AJ Brown only got targeted once. Who else? I mean, just other like actual like wide receiver 1s are players who are getting 11 targets, and Justin Watson got 11 targets last night. So pretty insane, man. Pretty insane. Jack Green with the 5. Oh, wait. Where is my mouse? Hello? I legit can't find my mouse. Oh. Connected. Oh, it literally died. Is my mouse dead? I'm talking about my computer mouse, guys, not like a animal. Don't come after me. Oh, that was weird. The mouse like disconnected. Anyway, let me see. FLDB said, okay, I could pull that up, I think, I could pull that up on the screen, maybe. FLDB said, wide receiver snap count percentage, Watson, 63%, Rice, 57%, Moore, 51%, Tony, 28%, Hardman, 20%. We need at least 2 receivers playing 85% plus snaps. Enough of this rotation crap. I mean, yeah. And I don't even know what the wide receiver room would have looked like, FLDB, if McCole Hardman didn't get injured, right? Like, I just have no idea. Like, how many snaps would have Tony actually played? Speaking of Kadarius Toney, guys, by the way, Dave Tobe said in his presser today that Tony's hand and foot is banged up. He's waiting to hear back on the details from Rick Burkholder and company. But I'm like, dang. Tony's banged up again. I guess that's just going to be, it's been the expectation. I said, if Tony can play 10 games this season, that's great. But I guess that's just really going to be the expectation the entire time, But James, thanks so much for the 5 bombs. FLDB, thank you. Reaps. Jack with the 5 said, sorry, chat, but Watson on most teams is 2 or 3. Playoffs, we may not beat the Raiders. Oh, gosh, dude, I hope we beat the Raiders. Yeah, Watson shouldn't be getting like wide receiver 1 reps. It's weird. It is definitely weird. I don't understand it at all, Jack, to be honest, but I appreciate the 5 bomb. Let's go. T Tuck with the 5. Drops are causing turnovers. Yep, wide receiver drops. So Mahomes starts to force plays or holding the ball to make up for the lack of production. Yeah, and some of that is like a trust thing too. Even like, are the wide receivers going to be at the point in the route where he thinks they're going to be? And you saw that multiple times last night. Mahomes throws it down the field based on how he sees the safety coverage. So he throws there was one play to Justin Watson in particular. He was anticipating Justin Watson to stay running a go route based on the coverage of the safety. So just basically running in a straight line down the sideline. Justin Watson's route was probably up and then diagonally in, right? But when there's a single high safety over there, from what I understand, and I think Dan Orlovsky talked about it, but they talked about it on the broadcast last night too, Watson probably should have stayed straight. So Mahomes threw it deep down the right side, and Watson wasn't even close because he started angling in towards the safety, and that's just one example of many of the Chiefs receivers and Mahomes still not being on the same wavelength based on the coverage, because you have a certain route you're supposed to run, but you can kind of audible that route based on the coverage, and Mahomes is expecting them to do that. They talk about that. They plan around it, and it's still an issue. So it's the drops for sure. They lead the league in drops, 26 drops. It's the turnovers. I mean, the Chiefs have 19 turnovers on the season, guys, through 11 weeks. They had 23 turnovers last year through 17. They're just 4 turnovers short, and they still have 6 games to play. I mean, it's freaking crazy, dude. It is crazy. Yo, James with the 5 said Denver did good this week with the rest of the West losing. With this winning streak, is this finally what it's like to ride? I don't know, dude. You might be riding on a couple spare tires still, but y'all are riding. What are you, 5-5? What are the Broncos? Yeah, 5-5. Dude, I never would have thought the Broncos the Broncos and the Bengals are both 5-5 or something like that. I never would have guessed they would have had the same record, guys. It's crazy. But I mean, Joe Burrow's hurt, and the Broncos are doing well. They're on what are you guys, on a 3-game win streak? Dude, the Denver Broncos have the longest active win streak currently in the NFL. That's freaking crazy, dude. What's up, Rodolfo? Good to see you. Zach said, have you watched Super Bowl, what is that, 55 recently? Better wide receivers, same drop passes, same for 21-22 AFC Championship game. Better now in the postseason. I haven't watched this. No. If that's Super Bowl 55, what is that? Super Bowl LV. That's not LIV. That's 54. If that's 55, bro, I don't watch that game no more. Super Bowl 55 against the Bucs is out of my memory. I'll never watch it again. More than likely. But yeah, drop passes is still a thing. It's something that no matter who's there, they got to work on, right? But I kind of said in my video, if they didn't have those 2 turnovers in the red zone, and even if they just had 1 dropped pass less, and even just 1 less penalty, they're probably winning that game by 10 points. But the 2 red zone turnovers those are bad. Those are the biggest ones to me. And then obviously MVS probably should have been able to reel that touchdown pass in. Mahomes said in his presser, I could have threw it a bit shorter. Mahomes, I appreciate you and being nice. You're the leader of the team. You take the ultimate accountability. I get it. But MVS should catch that freaking ball, dude. I don't care. Catch it. You're getting paid $11 million to catch the ball. Catch it. I'm sorry, man. Chiefs fan with the 2 said, I feel like if it was Rashee, he would have caught it. I mean, they're just not using him like a deep ball guy like that, though. I just itched my head so funny. I don't know why I did it like that. maybe he would have caught it, but honestly, if we're going to be fair, Chiefs fan, Rasheed has dealt with drops too. He struggled with drops. They kind of all have. Tony's dealt with drops. MVS, Justin Watson, Rasheed, they kind of all have, to be honest. Yo, Midas with the 5 said Broncos suck. They're on a 3-game win streak, but it's been weird. They've been having like all these turnovers. It's crazy. What's up, Stolte? Good to see you, man. McCole would have definitely caught it. I mean, McCole's had drop passes in the past too, so it's hard to say, and I understand MVS took to Twitter and said I need to be better, and I get it, but geez Louise. Frustrating, man. Frustrating. Pacey with the 9 months said, I don't know if you remember this, but can we get Tony Lamp on Mahomes again? What? Let me see. What do we put him over here? We did something like this, didn't we? Tony over here just staring. What's up, Pacey? Good to see you, man. Whoa, dude. Race fan with the 10 freaking gifted. Bro, thank you. 10 gifted. The generous legend. Race fan, good to see you as always, man. Hope you and the fam are doing well. That drop pass by MVS was energy draining. Yeah, that was definitely a tough one. That was a second down. That was 2nd and 10, right? He drops that pass. It's then 3rd and 10. Next play, Mahomes gets pressured, tries to get the ball out. He's out of the pocket. He tried to get it back to the line of scrimmage, and it was short a handful, like 3 or 4 yards. And that's intentional grounding. 4th and 25. Bro, this is crazy. I'm going to make a YouTube short on it tomorrow. But Mahomes has faced 4th and 25 2 different times in this season. Both 4th and 25s, he has hit receivers right in the hands. And both 4th and 25s, they've dropped it. It's unreal. Unreal. Race fan, the legend in the chat. Jack Green said, I think Mahomes' underwear that he wears every game is a bad luck. Well, he only wears it to the game and not in the game. How do I know this? Because he freaking talked about it in a recent presser because everybody was asking him about it. Chiefs need Jalen Waddle. I like Jalen Waddle. Just want to hear you say Broncos suck again. Midas with the 2. I mean, you kind of got to give some credit where credit is due. The Broncos are on a 3-game win streak. Love it or hate it, they might be 2nd in the AFC West, not the AFC. AFC West? Or are the Chargers still technically 2? What's the AFC West standings right now? No, the Chargers are 4 and 6. I forgot. That's crazy, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? This is crazy. Look at this. Chiefs 7 and 3. How did the Broncos they had the win over the Chiefs too in the division? That's some crazy stuff. Then the Raiders are 5 and 6, Chargers 4 and 6. What is happening? They're on a 4-game win streak? I thought they were on a 3. The Broncos have won 4 in a row? They were 1 and 5? That can't be right. That's not right, is it? Maybe it is. Jeez. Why does Mahomes keep taking the blame? I mean, it's kind of... Dude, let's just put it like this. When they're up at the pressers answering questions, it's kind of for the most part, they are answering somewhat honestly, but it's like a politically correct environment. And what I mean by that is they're going to speak truthfully only to a certain extent because they're not going to put their teammates on blast. They're not going to be disrespectful. They're going to have those conversations behind closed doors as a sign of respect for the teammates, right? So yeah, Mahomes isn't publicly going to be like, he's just going to take the blame. That's what Andy Reid does too. They just take the blame and they point the finger at themselves first and then say, yeah, we could be better, but it starts with me. Like, it's all cliche, politically correct answers. They're being I'm not saying they're being insincere. They're just not. They're not fully sharing their thoughts, if that makes sense. They're reserving them, rightfully so, at times. Like, it's like if I go onto somebody else's podcast and do an interview and there's trolls in the chat, because this happened on Arrowhead Addict. There was trolls in the chat, just, I don't know what their problem was. They're just, were saying I'm basically unworthy of my platform because I don't know X's and O's about football. And they know more, and it's embarrassing that I don't know from like a super in-depth perspective. But I'm just a fan, dude, like you guys. So I'm like, well, I don't really enjoy digging into the X's and O's like that. I do a little bit, but not like overwhelmingly so. So what I'm getting at is, on that podcast, I wanted to say some stuff. Like, I wanted to really speak my mind, but it wasn't really it wasn't the time and place to do so. So, I just was like, yeah, they're just trolling. It's all good. But, if they want to come here to Dad's house in the HBTC chat, I'll speak a little bit more freely. And to bring it back to the actual team, like, they're going to speak more freely behind closed doors. That's what's going to happen. Midas. Broncos are mean men. People prone to violence. What are you talking about, bro? Oh, what are you talking about over here? Yo, Rodolfo, I think that was your first super chat on a live stream. I appreciate that, man. Midas is going crazy over here. Hey, man, the resident Broncos fan James is really nice, though. So stay respectful towards James. I know you're not necessarily going towards James. Kelsey retiring? Hope not, LJ. Midas, you're crazy, man. With another 2, though, said, just kidding. Appreciate it, brother. Quentin with the 10 months. If you were Andy, how much time are you making the wide receiver spend on the jugs machine this week? I mean, probably quite a bit, but at the same time, that does not simulate real game stuff, right? So, yeah, it helps, but they need to be running like actual routes. The problem is nothing simulates a real game. The jitters, the adrenaline, the bright lights, the loud crowd, defenders running at you, trying to take your head off. Like, practice does not get there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they're going to practice it, and they're going to work on it. Matt Nagy said today in his presser they'll be on the jugs. They'll the jugs. That sounded funny. They'll be on the jug machine. I picture Steve Spagnuolo at his presser going like this. Anyway, but Patrick Mahomes did that too to Noah Gray, by the way, early in the game. He did it like this, though. He's like, you need to use your hands. It was like the first pass of the game. But Nagy also said they'll be running routes and working on stuff with the quarterbacks and stuff like that. What is a jug machine? It's like I'm probably not even saying it right. It's the freaking thing that they put the ball in and catch. Yeah, it's this thing. I'm sure you might be trolling. It's this thing. Like, you put the football in it and it spits it out. Boom, 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 boom. You like that? That's some Star Wars stuff right there. I don't know what's going on. Beep, 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 beep. Yo, Chris Wright with the 11 months said rest of schedule very favorable, but damn, come on, wide receiver room. Yeah, Chris. Raiders twice, Bills. You got the Bengals. You got the Packers. That's most of them. Raiders twice, Bills, Bengals, Packers. I think I'm missing one, but that's most of them. Thanks for the 11 months, dude. Let's go, man. Sean with the 10. What up, Sean? Sean said, get jugs at... Okay. Okay. Sean with the 10 said, we beat the Eagles. Yeah, offense, defense, and special teams. Most rushing yards versus best rushing D. Had 5 sacks versus top offensive line. It sucks, but this is fixable. Love you, HBTC fam. Sorry I missed the Zoom. Missing my fam. Yeah, man, we did miss you in the Zoom call, Sean. Freaking missed you, man. Greg wasn't there either. Who else wasn't there? Britt wasn't there. It was his birthday. A lot of the regular Zoom, there was a few regular Zoom people that weren't in there. But it's all good, man. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks again for the 10 bomb. And yeah, there's some bright stuff to look at in this game for sure. But at the end of the day, the Eagles did enough to get it done, and the Chiefs soiled their joggers a little bit too. Jack with the 5 said, "You're not embarrassing to us, best podcast. That's why we draft Cole in the first round." Oh my gosh. Hey man, I went from getting picked last at recess to getting drafted first in the round and getting drafted in round 1. Let's go, dude. I didn't get picked last at recess, but I appreciate that. And again, like, the trolls are trolls. They'll say what they want, and it's fine. Like, I'm not an X's and O's guy. I've never claimed to be an expert. I pretty much make that clear, like, in my videos. You know, I just try to present the news. I try to do it in a fun and entertaining way. You know, at the same time, people are like, we just got that letter last week from the 80-something-year-old lady. I think Dawn is her name. And she said, I've never known more about the Chiefs ever since started listening to your channel, and I love learning about all the players. And, like, that's the stuff that's really cool to me. If you want X's and O's, like, I got places to send you. I got RGR. I got KCSN. We got other places that'll dive into that a little bit more. QB School is a cool channel on YouTube where they do a lot of that as well. But that's a former NFL quarterback, dude. I'm gonna let those guys do that. I'm gonna let those guys do that stuff. You don't want me doing that. I'm gonna be like, yeah, this guy. He went over here, did a little nice swim move. Yeah, you already know. Midas with the 10, bro. Midas is going crazy, dude. Thank you, bro. Said, by the way, Cole, if you ever get another dog, always keep Riley Reed as an available option as a name. All right, yeah, I'll bring that up to Danny and see what she thinks. I don't think she's gonna go with that. Yo, somebody wants to hear about Justin Tucker.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-yard field goal off the crossbar and through to be.
That's still funny, bro. When we streamed the Ravens-Bengals game, we used that clip like 6 times. Fantastic. Reaps with a 2. Let's go. You're the one asking for it. I am the divorce with the gifted. Appreciate that. James with the 5. The Chiefs are actually fine. It was Perna's curse wheel why they lost. Gosh dang it, Perna. I need to DM him because that is unacceptable. He needs to quit doing that. Heck yeah, guys. I'm glad you guys like the Justin Tucker clip. It's pretty funny. It's pretty good. I overall don't think it's a huge deal because I feel like these guys will figure it out when it matters most, said Don. MVS went crazy in the Arrowhead Invitational. He did. I mean, he had a crazy game in the AFC Championship game last year. Fitznut said, Cole, you're not a hugs and kisses guy? Oh, Donald. Oh, Don. Would you rather take 2021 Chiefs or this year's Chiefs? Probably a hard question to answer. Like, part of me is like, we'll just roll with this year because the defense is so good. What is wrong with my camera? There we go. It was like losing focus. That was weird. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 2021 was a great team too, you know, and they had Tyreek still. The defense looked differently. I believe Honey Badger was still here. Tough to say, dude. It just looked different. I do miss some of the offense from 2021. I do miss it for sure. That's a good question. What's up, Jordana? Said, hey, as an Eagles fan, good game. That game was stressful. Yeah, good game, man. Well, I say man all the time, but it might be a lady. I say man, dude, and bro a lot. Yeah, the best team or the better team won. You know what I mean? Like, sure, the Chiefs outperformed on most of the stat sheets, but like, they didn't come away with the W. So the Eagles did enough to get the dub, and they're still the 1 seed in the NFC. They're still number 1 in the power rankings. Like, yeah, they got it done, man. The Chiefs pooped their pants in the second half. Chiefs can go 5-2 and still be on top of the AFC West. That's if the Broncos win every game. Ooh, that's actually good to know. Ethan said, I'm an Eagles fan, and I will truly say the Chiefs should have won that game, but I would say otherwise for the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier. I mean, the Chiefs had a good game last night. The problem is they scored 0 points in the second half. 0 for the third game in a row. You know? Not good. That's the biggest issue. The biggest issue. Midas said, I'm done for the night. Glad to be a part of this. Hey, I appreciate you, Midas. Jabin. I was like, Jalen Carter? Jabin Carter. Clean up the route running and being on the same page with Mahomes will help fix the drops. They just got to put the work in. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they get it figured out. They've been putting in the work. I mean, Mahomes said last night in his presser, I know how hard they work. I know how hard we've been working together trying to get it all ready for each and every week. And so they've been putting in the work. I'm like, well, please start turning the corner, baby. Please. Whoa, you guys are going crazy. What is happening? Reeps with the 10 gifted. MT with the 5 gifted. We had Race Fan with the 10 gifted. That's 25 gifted, man. We had another couple with some gifteds too. Ron. I think Daniel. I Am the Divorce. Man, appreciate you guys. Holy smokes. Bud with the 10 months said going crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Reeps, thanks so much, man. And MT. Amani, I'm good, man. I mean, all things considered, the loss sucked, but yeah. I mean, the Chiefs played a good game. If you look at the stats, they had more total yards, more rushing yards, more this, more that. The defense, like the Chiefs' defense, totally worked over the Eagles, right? Offense. But here's the thing. The defense can only hold for so long. And because the Eagles are a good team. They're the number 3 scoring offense in the NFL. Number 1 on third downs. So there were some definite things that they did really well. They held the number 3 scoring offense that averages 28 points a game to 21. And I might give a touchdown. I'm going to blame the offense for 7 of those points, maybe. Because, like, it was 5 3 and outs, and they just kept giving the ball. They just kept punting the ball back to the Eagles or turning it over twice. Like, the defense can only stop them so much. So the defense was the MVP, but the defense can't do it all. You know what I mean? And they played a great half. They were the better team by a landslide in the first half. It wasn't close. I mean, dude, if Mahomes doesn't throw a pick in the end zone, you're talking 24-7 at half. However, it's those little things. It's those little things that we're talking about. The interceptions, the turnovers, the drops, the penalties. That they had some unfortunate penalties as well. And the Eagles were more consistent in that second half. They got it done. Chiefs fan said, Pat who?
Pat who?
Pat Mahomes.
Pat who?
Pat Mahomes.
Pat who?
Pat Mahomes.
Pat who?
Pat Mahomes.
That clip doesn't get old either. Chiefs could probably get a good pick in the draft with some trades if they trade Justin Watson for a first-round pick. I don't know if those guys are worth that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, very winnable game. Yes, sir. Yo, my dad is in here. Justin DeRuse. Papa HBTC is in the chat. He said I drank too much watching that game. I've been trying to get him on the Boulevard kick, but he won't do it. That's hilarious. Bud, thanks again for the 10 months, brother. Appreciate you, man. What's up? I thought you were in bed. You're not sleeping yet? We're just talking Chiefs, and we're also, Dad, you probably haven't seen this, we're also talking about Justin Tucker, who's a kicker for the Ravens. He's got a interesting personal life. Listen to this.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-yard field goal off the crossbar and through to be.
That is such a bad mess up, dude. Oh, man. Typical said, just hear me out. Trade Chris Jones, Jawan Taylor, 2023 first and third, and 2025 second for number 1 overall pick. Dude, could you imagine Chris Jones is gone, right tackle's gone, most of the draft picks, but hey, we got Marvin Harrison Jr. That would be crazy. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yali. That's such a bad slip up, man. Everything Weather said, Cole, I was going crazy and having fun the whole first half, but then the second half hit, and I was like, well, there's the usual offense I remember this season. It's sad, man. We see the offense in spurts, right? You see them in spurts. Like, that's the offense I remember. And I'm like, well, the offensive identity is just not the same, man. It's a defense-first team now, and it's weird to say that, especially in the Mahomes era. Chief KT said, are we about to lose to the Raiders? I mean, God bless, dude. I hope not. I really hope not. Zach Arthur said, did Kelsey seem off to you? And he looked to be trying to get him to focus all game. I saw a weird interaction with Kelsey and Big Red on the sideline at one point early in the fourth quarter, and I don't know what happened. That might have been around Kelsey's turnover. I'm trying to remember. But other than that, no, I didn't think so. I mean, Kelsey didn't have the best game in the world. Let's just put it this way, guys. Kelsey's not getting any younger, y'all. He's still the best tight end in the game, but he played 94% of snaps yesterday. He shouldn't be playing 94% of snaps. I mean, let's just be honest. But he is. And then think about it. He's getting double-teamed, triple-teamed every play, banged up at the line. Like, yeah, he's going through it, you know? Definitely going through it. Cole, do they want to win? I don't know. It's a good question. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, man. I think they wanted to win. Vikings have a great wide receiver coach. Go sign the receivers from their practice squad. All right. At this point in the season, it's like, I don't know what you're actually supposed to do. Like, it's some people are saying, well, go get Jarvis Landry. Mac Lethal hit me up today and said, what did he say? Give me one good reason why we aren't signing Jarvis Landry. I actually need to respond to him. Wish I knew. I don't know. Is he going to help? Like, maybe. I don't know. Hank the Tank 7 in the house. What up, brother? It was before the turnover. Reed told him repeatedly, calm down. Was that what was going on? Something happened. He's probably getting into it with some Eagles players. I don't really know. That's my best guess. What's up, Tucker? Good to see you. Jalen Hurts in chat. Chiefs will never lose against a dumpster fire, only if it's wide receiver dropping the ball. Hated Prada said, are we not going to make the Super Bowl? I mean, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. You know, the Chiefs have made it to, 5 straight AFC championship games? 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. 3 Super Bowls during that time, but you kind of just got to take it one game at a time, man. They're probably favored to make it deep into the postseason, but they got to fix some of these mistakes for sure. Tucker, thanks for the sub, bro. Appreciate that. It's already been said at least once, but I'll say it here. The only way we're getting a wide receiver is by signing one to the practice squad. Yeah. Or a free agent. You can, signing one to the practice squad. Yeah, via free agency. You could sign another practice squad receiver from a different team if you wanted, I guess. But again, no major needle movers. I mean, if you wanted to go get somebody like Jarvis Landry or something, you could sign him to the 53. You'd have to make room. You could also sign him to the practice squad. Yeah. Do you think the Broncos will get blown out by 70 points again? Probably not. I don't think so. True Prophecy said, I can see the Chiefs winning the wild card and losing in the divisional round to a good team if they keep it up. Yeah, it's still I don't know. There's a lot of games left to play, and I don't want to make too early conclusions on really anything because, look at the Bengals. Joe Burrow's out for the season. That changes everything, in my opinion. I don't think the Bengals are getting there. They could have got there with Burrow. I don't think they're getting there with Browning. I could be wrong. They have a good team, but there's a lot of things that could happen. I'm not saying specifically with the Chiefs, but other teams could be facing injuries. Other stuff could happen. Players could get suspended. They could pull a Kareem Jackson and be an absolute dumb, and get suspended multiple times in the same season if they wanted to. A lot of things could happen. Jack with the 5. I'm headed to KC for wide receiver tryout. I'm 73 now, but I can catch the ball, but only once probably. Hey, man, one catch is more than some of the others. Dude, Jack is awesome, man. That was great. Dave said Megatron's available. Subtract the THC and you got a deal. Y'all are crazy. If Jamar Chase gets back injured to be out for the season, Chiefs would be facing Higgin and Mixon's the main threat, though. Yeah, you still got playmakers over there for sure. Still games to play, people. Let's beat the Raiders. Yes, sir. That's the focus right now. The coordinators spoke today. Dave Tobe, Matt Nagy, and Spags. And they kind of already said, like, hey, we'll answer questions about last night's game. But we are turning the page because the Raiders are on a short week. I got to play them on Sunday, so. How about those Chiefs? Justin. Cole, if we make it to the Super Bowl this year by some miracle, I'll be convinced there is a higher power. Hey, let's go, Xander. Hey, you never know. You never know. Did the refs call a penalty on the wrong side last night? The only play that came to mind that I was really confused about was a play that looked like the Eagles were offsides, but they called false start on Creed Humphrey's buttocks. I was like, I mean, they didn't flag his buttocks, but they said they flagged Creed for a false start, and oh no, I didn't get that. I did not understand that one at all. Neither did Andy. I didn't understand that one. Even MVS ran like hell. If that was me, I would still be behind the line of scrimmage on that play. Yeah, L'Jarius Sneed was on fire. Trent McDuffie had a great game. I felt like Drew Tranquil played well. Chris Jones had multiple sacks. Carl Loftus had a great sack. Yeah. Bosco said Ravens versus KC in the playoffs. Yeah, they might definitely see each other for sure, man. Ravens are looking good. I did ask on Twitter, to some people getting offended, will the Ravens actually do something in the postseason? Genuine question. Not really a troll. Just, hey, the Ravens are the 1 seed right now. Do we think they'll show up in the playoffs? Like, genuine question. Lamar Jackson is 1-3 in the postseason, guys. He's lost 75% of his playoff games. So I'm like, and somebody's like, yeah, of course, Lamar can never get respect he deserves. I'm like, well, he's a good quarterback in the regular season, for sure. Like, you know, he's gotten an MVP. You can't be a bad quarterback and get MVP. That doesn't make any sense. But can he show up in the playoffs? That's my question. That is my question. When is Bolton coming back? Probably in a few weeks. Yeah, probably in a few weeks. I think we could sign Odell. Well, he's signed with the Ravens right now on a $16 million deal or something. Running Rice, McKinnon, and Tony in the backfield could open the field a bit. I mean, I'm with it. They were doing that more with Tony. Dude, they were handing the ball off to Tony. I was like, that was kind of cool. Watching Hurts run up the middle for a TD was gut-wrenching. Yeah. That was something they worked on, and Spag spoke today and said on that particular play, they didn't execute exactly how they wanted. They actually had, I think they had McDuffie blitzing off the left side, and Hurts ran a QB draw in between, I think, the right guard and the right tackle. So the opposite side, McDuffie was blitzing. Unfortunate. Tony needs to get more offensive snaps. Yeah, some of it's just his health. They're trying to just manage his health. He got banged up in this game, guys. Kadarius Toney's going to pop up on the injury report. Dave Tobe said he banged up his hand and his foot in the game. They're waiting to see to what extent from Rick Burkholder. It might not be like a bad injury, but he'll be back on the injury report for sure. Kadarius Toney did play awesome. Those punt returns were incredible. Incredible. We could use Antonio Brown. Guys, come on, man. Can't be that desperate. That guy's a cancer. Could the Ravens still win without Mark Andrews? Great question, because he's out for season, right? He has to have ankle surgery. Who's going to jail? What did I miss? Oh, will Justin Ross return? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I can't confirm Justin Ross is going to jail. But his next court case is December 4th, facing a misdemeanor charge of battery, I believe. Domestic battery, I think is what it is. And then a federal charge of, not a federal charge, a felony charge. Felony charge of criminal damage greater than 1,000, less than 25,000. Think they're trying to apply for diversion. We'll just kind of have to see how it plays out. I don't know if Justin Ross will be back this season or not. He's on the commissioner's exempt list right now. Yeah, really not sure. Latest report is that Andrews might be able to return this season. Oh, I thought Andrews had to have surgery on his ankle. Am I tripping? Who had to have surgery? Maybe he could still return? Raven shares surprisingly good news on Mark Andrews' injury. Oh. What is this? It isn't as bad as initially feared right after the game. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, a little cleaner than they thought based on the MRI. Well, who needs the surgery, guys? Who is it? Who am I thinking of? If it's not Andrews. Do we have a first round pick in the next draft? Yes. Pretty sure. Guys, my mind's pretty far away from the draft, but 2024 Chiefs draft picks. I know they have 5. Let's see. Is this right? I think this is right. For next year? I think this is right. 2024. They got 5 picks. They got a 1, a 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I think that's all they got. They traded the 2023 6th-round pick to Cowboys for a 2024 5th. And I think that... Who is that for? Is this right? I think that's right. It's close to right. How do you feel about those drop passes? I mean, not great. The Chiefs lead the league in drop passes. Yeah, not great at all. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you guys have draft questions, I'm just going to be upfront. I don't have answers for you. I won't even really look at draft stuff till after the playoffs. Saturday's my day off with the fam, so I don't really watch college ball. But it's a sacrifice I make to see my family, you know what I mean? And then I'm just covering Chiefs stuff during the season. Then when we start the NFL channel, which we've been making some short form content, it's going to get even crazier. But yep. Draft stuff, man, that's crazy. It'll be here before we know it. Hopefully after the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again. Please. Please. Go get Sammy Watkins. He had a tryout with the team recently, maybe the Colts. Yep, no worries, Parvis. Trade that first-round pick for a decent wide receiver. Fine with me. Do I think the Bears are going to get a new QB? I don't know. You think they'll move on from Fields? They need to get the ball to MVS sooner? Well, I guess it depends on the route. True Prophecy said round 1 receiver, round 2 DT, round 3 defensive end, round 4 corner, round 5 receiver, round 6 receiver. So do they get a left tackle in free agency, you think? Because they're going to need one. If it's not Donovan Smith, right? Cornell Powell time? Hey, I'm open to ideas at this time. Yeah, Raz said it right here. We need a left tackle also. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, what are they going to do about left tackle? That's a big question for me, too. That is a big question for me, too. There's no way I don't think Marvin Harrison Jr. falls to 32. I think that's basically impossible. He'll be the first receiver off the board, right? So he's going to go top. I mean, I don't know much about the draft class, guys, but he's got to go top 10, top 15, somewhere around there, right? He's got to go first, or close to. I know drops happen, but it's been too consistent at the wrong time, says Jay Wilkers. We need to quit rotating as much, get the majority of snaps to the same 3 or 4 receivers. Yeah, man, we all kind of thought You know that... Oh, I just missed this. Valerie, I will get you in a second. Valerie with a 10 bomb 10 minutes ago, and I missed it. I'm so sorry. I'll get you. But yeah, we all thought, well, hey, maybe the Chiefs will figure out the 3 main receivers that they want to use, right? And they'll start upping their counts, which it's Rashee Rice, in my opinion, and he's getting up there in the counts, but then who else, right? Well, Connor Embry, the wide receiver coach, said they're fine to keep rotating. They're not necessarily going to hone in on just a few guys. So I'm like, well, okay, Connor Embry. You're the wide receiver coach, not me, but geez Louise, man. Yo, Valerie with a 10. I don't think I read this, so I want to get to it. Appreciate that. She said, I'm over the shock of the loss. Let's get on track, tighten up, and start scoring in the second half. Thanks, Cole, for the great content. No, Valerie, thank you. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate the 10 bomb. Yeah, I was over the loss this morning when I woke up, but I also then had to rewatch the game and cover it all day. So losses are not as fun to cover as wins, but thankfully the Chiefs win a lot. Yeah, rotating isn't working. I kind of agree with you. We're on the same page. Cole, what do you think about this upcoming game against the Raiders and the score? I don't have a score prediction for you yet. I'm doing more of a dive tomorrow. I mean, thankfully, in this regard, I'm more familiar with the Raiders because they're in our division. I know they're playing well after letting go the disease of Josh McDumdum. So he's out of there. They let go of somebody else too. The GM, I think, right? And then they benched Jimmy G. Although, after watching, I watched AOC. I watched Aiden O'Connell play, and I don't know, dude. He didn't look that good. So I wouldn't be surprised maybe to see Jimmy back, but I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Valerie said it's no problem. Okay, cool. Yeah, my bad. Took me a second. If you could pick 3 to be the main guys, who would you choose? I mean, right now, Rashee Rice. That's one. Then, I mean, you need a couple guys to stretch the field, so probably Justin Watson after that. And then I would love to say Tony. He just can't stay. He has trouble staying healthy. So I would say those 3. But that's not how it's working out. What's up, Ebenezer? Good to see you. Regardless, F the Raiders. Too late now, but we definitely should have grabbed D-Hop. Yeah, part of the issue, well, the trade deadline maybe was a different conversation. I don't know. I don't know if the Chiefs even inquired or if the Titans were even to let D-Hop go. Part of the problem is, man, Chris Jones, guys, and his holdout held the Chiefs up for money. They didn't have money because the Chris Jones talks were hopeful to be an extension that would free up, $7 to $12, $13 million in cap space, and then the Chiefs, if they wanted to, could go get a receiver or something. I don't know if that's what they would have done, but when Chris Jones held out and negotiations stalled, it held up that money. So that was the problem early on. Now, before the trade deadline, I don't know. Maybe the Chiefs had some calls, or made some calls, rather. I don't know. Problem is, we all think they probably should have done something to some degree, but they didn't. So here we are, right? Here we are. Yo, Reeps with the 5. Dude, Reeps with a 5? He just gave 10. Dude, Reeps is going crazy. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. D-Hop will be cheaper next year. Yeah, he'll be 31 by then, too. And that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. Reeps. Reeps almost gave 60 gifted in honor of Justin Tucker's 60-yarders.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-yard field goal off the crossbar and through to be.
I don't know if that's ever going to get old. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, man. Hey, Reeves sent the 5 gifted over and asked for more Justin Tucker. Am I mad? No. Not mad. I'm chilling. Reeves sent another gifted. Appreciate you, man. No, I'm not mad. I wasn't even mad last night. I mean, I was frustrated a little bit, but no, I'm good. Isn't there wide receivers on the practice squad? Yeah. Chase Cota, What's up, Mark? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. Problem is, Coda hasn't been here very long. If anybody, I think it would be Cornell Powell. He's probably the guy there. I mean, we could go look at the Chiefs roster, but he's probably the guy there that knows the system the best. But also think about this. Richie James is back on the roster, guys. So Richie James is another addition. So I don't know. There's enough of these kind of wide receivers that the Chiefs have, and nobody that's really going to be a needle mover, I don't think. Yo, Ian G 130 with the $50 super sticker. 50 bomb. Holy smokes. Go, Ian G. It's your birthday. I don't know what I'm doing. I saw 50 bomb. I thought of 50 Cent, even though in the recent Super Bowl halftime performance he did a couple years ago, he looked like 75 Cent. So that made me think of it. But thanks so much for the 50 bomb, dude. Holy smokes. I saw Mahomes throw a ball out of Arrowhead. He's done that before, yep. What's up, Perfecto? Put me in, coach. Richie James likely isn't going to help much at all. That's what I'm saying, Joshua. It's like Richie James would probably make more of a difference than anybody they currently have on the practice squad. And Richie James probably not going to move the needle that much. Too many receivers in the mix would just hurt the rotation. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you. I am with you, man. I feel that too. And I was like, I don't know the answer. Well, you know when the false start happened, I'm trying to prove my friend that it was kind of rigged. I don't really subscribe to the rigged mind, like that games are rigged. But when was that? Go watch my recap video because I talk about it in there. I just don't remember exactly where. 80net? Nope. Good to see you, Mark. Hey, everybody in here. Let me know your plans for Thanksgiving. What are you doing? We're going to be watching football. There's 3 games, so we definitely doing that. Then there's a Black Friday game, too. Well, the good news is we know our defense is set for the future, so we can rebuild our offense during the offseason at Trust Beach. Well, Luke, yes, they are the second youngest defense in the NFL. However, Chris Jones, last year. Willie Gay, last year. L'Jarius Sneed, last year. Those are 3 big pieces of the defense. Drew Tranquil is on just a 1-year deal. Then what else? I mean, Nick Bolton, you could start negotiating an extension with him if you wanted. Yeah, the secondary is pretty set because they're all young, except for Sneed, who's on the last year of his deal, right? So McDuffie, Watson, Joshua Williams, Brian Cook, Najee Johnson, who's on IR but was on the come up, and then obviously Justin Reed, I think, has 1 more year after this left in his deal. I think he signed a 3-year deal. So the secondary for sure, but there's definitely some pieces you're gonna have to figure out. Like Chris Jones is a big one, dude. That's a big one. Willie Gay, Drew Tranquil, L'Jarius Sneed, that's a big one. If you would play for the Chiefs, what position would you want to play? I mean, I played soccer for 10 years. Maybe just let me be the kicker. But if you don't want me to be the kicker, you know, back in before all my surgeries and stuff, maybe wide receiver. I don't know. I'm sick. I was like 6'2", 200 pounds, 6'2", 195. But I don't know. Dude. Just long snapper. We got to spend some big money next year to keep our defense together. Yeah, and then there's offense stuff too. There's a lot going on. Yeah, they started talking to Sneed. Yes, sir, Eric. They had preliminary discussions that they're kind of putting on hold until after the season, but they're probably in their head. Well, Veach and company are probably starting to look towards, you know, free agency, who's going to be where, and maybe just starting some preliminary discussions with Sneed and his representation to maybe see what they were thinking and where they could go from there. When is Chanel's contract up? Well, he wasn't drafted until last year, or he was drafted last year. So he's got a couple left. Reeps with the 5. Dude, Reeps, appreciate it, man. People have to decide. Do you want a top-tier defense or want a superstar offense? I think we liked it with the superstar offense better. Like, people just liked it. They like the points. But, dude, so the Chiefs are putting up 35, but the defense is allowing 30, 32, and it was still nail-biters. So I think it's more frustrating maybe to watch the offense sputter, but the defense is playing out of their freaking minds. It's crazy. But, dude, even on the offensive side of the ball, Travis Kelce ain't getting any younger. You know, you could probably move on from a lot of these receivers if you want and start over, start fresh. Like Richie James on a 1-year deal. I don't know if Justin Ross is going to have a future here based on his legal stuff. MVS has an out after this year. Like, there's a lot. On top of that, you know, you got a left tackle. Like, what's going to go on with Donovan Smith? He's not a long-term answer. Then CEH is out of here. He's on his last year of his deal as well. Quite a bit going on. Everything Weather said, Cole, I'll be watching football and having Thanksgiving dinner with my fam, grandparents, grandma, dad's side. Dude, let's go. Some friends. Eating turkey on Thursday, celebrating grandson's birthday. It'd be 13. Oh, shoot. Let's go. Julio or Pringle? Oh, man. The Julio of old I would take, but just give me Pringle. It's fine. Chiefs need Tyreek back. Definitely miss Tyreek, man. It's one of those things where if people hear me say that, they're like, well, they just automatically assume because I say I miss Tyreek, I wish the trade never happened. The trade had to happen. Who was I just talking with? I was talking with Troy, my editor. Bro, how the heck were they going to be able to pay Patrick Mahomes $40 million this year, Travis Kelce 15 or 14, Chris Jones 30, and then Tyreek Hill 30? I mean, let's be real. Never would have happened. They could not have afforded to keep Tyreek Hill. They had to do it. So I do miss him, but I understand why he was traded, and it made sense. How does San Francisco afford their Avengers team? Brock Purdy's on a rookie deal. Patrick Mahomes' cap hit is like, is it $40 million this year? Brock Purdy's cap hit is like $500,000, dude. That's how they can do it. That's exactly how. You think we can get more out of McColl? I think so, but he got banged up last game, so we didn't see as much from him. I forgot about CEH until that carry last night. Oh, that pitch? Bro, they pitched it. Bro, they pitched it to CEH. Travis Kelce goes in motion with a solid block. I was like, whoa, CEH just ran 15 yards on the outside. Michael Antonio said, what if another team releases a good receiver this season? Well, they would have to then clear the waiver wire, and the Chiefs are at the bottom. So they're probably not getting that person. They also need money. If it's like, depending on who it is, you would need money still. I played defense in high school, so I like to see the defense play. Yeah, what's up, Landon? MVS cost $11 million. I doubt he'll be here next year. Yeah, looking at his contract, there's definitely an out after 2 years, for sure. They could, the Jugs. Trevor, what up, man? The Jugs. Yeah, I don't know if MVS will be here next year or not. I just have no idea. Deanna said, I'm the 76-year-old grandmother that's depending on your show to explain the games to me. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Learn something new every show. If I was financially able, I'd definitely send you a bomb. Oh, you don't have to. Yeah, no. There's no pressure to ever do that. I appreciate you being here no matter what. Deanna, let's go. 76-year-old grandma loves the Chiefs. Let's go. My grandma is 74 or 75. And she watches every Chiefs game and has for a long, long time. I will be the 5th quarterback for sure, said Luke. I bet. What's up, Roger? I asked all chiefed up where would the money be for a number 1 receiver, and they said that if a deal with Jones would have made room. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, before the season started, I was talking about it a little bit earlier, Rick. Shout out to all chiefed up, by the way, the homies. But, yeah, if they could have got a Chris Jones extension done and, like, worked out a deal, it was rumored that they could have freed up anywhere from $7 to $12+ million in cap space this year. You could go get somebody with that money. The problem is the holdout stalled it all, and they had nothing. They had nothing at all because he's a huge cap hit this year. So they got really no cap relief. They restructured Mahomes, so he took a pay raise, right? But it freed up this year $2.5 million in cap space. So they also restructured Joe Tooney or something, and created some cap space, but not enough. But yeah, if they could have got something done with Chris Jones, maybe they actually could have gotten another receiver. They didn't get a deal done with Jones, and they're a bit strapped for cash. Oh, yo, Race Fan with the 20 said, here's for the grab all. Dude, let's go, Race Fan. I appreciate you, man. You guys are freaking awesome. Yeah, what's up, Chet? Our new offensive tackles are terrible. I mean, it depends. It depends on what metric you're looking at. They do struggle a bit against the run. I think their pass rush win rate, which is that's not even the proper term, but their ability to win on average is pretty good. They have drawn quite a bit of flags though, which has been unfortunate. So I feel like personally Mahomes is less pressured this year than last, like just watching the games with my eyeballs, but they are getting flagged quite a bit, dude. They're getting flagged quite a bit. What's their penalty rate? What? Earlier in the season, Jawan Taylor was the most flagged player in the entire NFL. I can try to go look it up. How would I? Let's see. NFL player penalties. Maybe that's a PFF thing. Yeah, dude. Jawan Taylor still leads the NFL in penalties, dude. Look. No, I don't. Guardian Bikes. Please get out of here. Get off. Skip ad. Thank you. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you can see it. Jawan Taylor, 12 penalties. Snead is the most flagged corner. Sorry, this ad is so annoying. Get out of here. And then Trey Smith actually has 7, dude. Where is Donovan? Donovan Smith's not as much, I don't think. But still, Taylor, 12, dude. 12. That's 3 more than anybody else. Yeah. So that's probably the biggest knock in my opinion. Let's see. Can we get Shaq Leonard? No. I don't think he'll make it down that far through the waiver wire, and then he's going to be expensive. Everything Weather Cole, would you be happy for us to at least get deep into the playoffs and not the Super Bowl with how we're doing? I mean, I would always love them to go to the Super Bowl, but I also know how hard it is to get to the big game. It's really freaking hard. So yeah, if the Chiefs make another deep postseason run and they're not able to get there, like, I'll be happy, man. I'll be happy with always be happy, with them giving their best, right? But you don't have much longer with Kelsey, right? You don't have much longer with Chris Jones. Mahomes is in his prime. You don't have, like, Andy Reid's not going to be here forever. The time is now. So they need to win now. They need to keep going now and keep running it up, in my opinion. But I'll always try to be grateful as I can. Would I cut off my beard for 10 grand? Ooh. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't think that's enough. If Danny was like, yes, cut it off for 10 grand, I probably would. Song said that's a horrible stat. What stat are we talking about? Hold out for 50K. All right, 50K. There you go. Juju was so underrated for us last year. He did a really good job, man. His rapport with Mahomes was pretty underrated in my opinion. Cole, hold off for $2 million. There we go. $2 million bucks. Donate to Locks of Love. Let's go. Can anyone walk onto a training camp to catch balls to see athleticism to try to be signed? They do open tryouts, but I don't know how often. I think you can. Should we sign Jarvis Landry? I don't know. Why is he not on a team? You know, it's not a needle mover in my opinion. But if that's what they wanted to do, they could make it happen, I'm sure. Self-inflicted wounds. Probably meant wounds. Probably not wombs. But Zach with the 20. Let's go, man. That's what it all boils down to. Yes, sir. However, all of this is fixable, and I'm sure the guys, offense, are eager to get things right. I said eagle. Our eagle? We just played the Eagles, man. I got Eagles on my mind, I guess. And going especially after the loss onto the Raiders. How about those Chiefs? Bro, Zach with another 20 bomb. Appreciate you, man. Pretty much hops in and always drops something. Appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of it, Andy Reid kind of said it. We shot ourselves in the foot talking about the team, just penalties, the turnovers. I mean, here's the thing. Let's just be truthful. Let's say everything else played out the way it did. All the penalties, all the drops, MVS's drop, Justin Watson's multiple drops. However, Mahomes doesn't throw that pick in the end zone, and they kick a field goal. Travis Kelce doesn't fumble at the 10-yard line, and they kick a field goal. You're up 2 points at that point. Again, I'm not saying they would have won, but I'm just like, even just those two things, just not turning the ball over in the red zone and walking away with 3 points instead of 0. There's so much of a difference there just with that. So yeah, some of it's self-inflicted for sure. What happened on the MVS drop? I don't know, Patty. I mean, MVS thought he couldn't reach, so he leaped for it and just wasn't able to come down with it. Some were saying, no, you're all good, Zachary. No problem at all, man. I knew you meant wounds. It's all good. Yeah, some were saying he could have just kept running in stride and caught it, didn't even need to dive. I don't know. Here's the thing. He's running as fast as he can. He's trying to track the ball, make a play. Didn't come down with it. We're all frustrated. But yeah, I don't know exactly what went wrong there. But yeah, pressure was definitely on YouTube Sports. Yes, sir. Song with the 10. How many yards have we lost to penalties? Dude, has my alert box been off all night? I didn't even realize. Dang it, dude. My bad. I've been seeing all the super chats. How many yards have we lost to penalties this season? I wonder if I could just look that up on the site. I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest. Oh, actually, you know what? I just looked it up. Most penalized NFL teams. Here we go. I think this will show you. The Chiefs, bro, get out. Chiefs penalized 67 times. Maybe it's not sharing the amount, but 67 penalties. I'm not sure for how much. I thought I could find it quickly, but I guess I can't. I'm failing under the pressure. How do I look that up? PFF? No, there's got to be a different site. Oh, football database. This will do it. Maybe. Team rankings? Frick, dude. I don't know. Who knows where to go? Yeah, penalties are definitely killing us. 67 penalties for 555 yards? Is that right? Are you being serious? Colin, where'd you find that? Gosh dang it, Reaps.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-yard field goal over off the crossbar and through to be.
Oh, man. I did, yeah, I'm on. Dude, I'm failing under the pressure, bro. Gosh dang it. He said, okay, so Colin's saying 67 for 555. New t-shirt, 555, and he ain't offsides. Is that right? I wish I knew where he found that, because I would look it up. Let me know, Colin. We can realistically win out the season. Yeah, definitely could. We have some bums on our schedule, Raiders, Packers, and Patriots. The Raiders are like their own, like, You have to put them in their own category because it's a divisional opponent, but yes, sir. Would you go to the Eagles game for $50,000 and support them? I mean, these are super hypothetical, but I don't dislike the Eagles. If it was Eagles and Chiefs, no. But I'd go to an Eagles game for $50,000 and cheer on the Eagles. I actually like Jason Kelce, Jalen Hurts. Like, I think they're a great team. If it was the football database, Rick, that's where I was. But I must have been in the wrong. I'm looking at team penalty stats, but there's got to be another place to look. Stats, penalties, team penalties maybe? Let's go. I had to switch the tabs. We got it, baby. Here it is. Yep, Colin was speaking absolute facts. 67 for 555, and he ain't offsides. The most is Seattle, 76 for 639. God bless America. Funniest thing about the clip is the other guy's reaction. Dude, it's the best, Sean. I don't know, Song. How does a center go offsides? The only time I feel like I've ever seen a false start, rather, on a center is when they move the ball. They move the ball or they like jerk their head. I've never seen one when I think Mahomes is like moving up and Creed like sits down to like hear what's being said. But yep. Yeah, no, exactly, Ruby. I don't get that either. Some media members claiming Mahomes threw a bad ball to MVS. That's why he couldn't catch it. I mean, how bad are we talking about? I mean, could he have maybe thrown it 6 inches? 6 inches, like, less? Like, could he have put a little bit less on it? I mean, Mahomes said it in his presser that he could have. Here's the thing. Are you a man or are you an excuse-making little toddler? Because here's the thing. Devontae Smith, he caught that 41-yard pass from Jalen Hurts at the 1-yard line. Guess what? That was slightly underthrown. But he's a man. He made it freaking happen, dude. And I'm not saying MVS is an excuse-making toddler, because he's not. But I'm just like, all these people making excuses. It's like, well, Jalen Hurts underthrew that pass to Devontae a little bit. But he made adjustments and perfectly cradled it over his shoulder. I mean, it was a catchable ball for MVS, guys. Was it the easiest in the world? No. But it was catchable. If you can touch it, you can catch it, said Brent. KC fan said, I'm a man. Song said, dude, I'm a woman and I wouldn't make that excuse. Hey, let's go, Song. Yeah, I can't underestimate the Raiders. You can't underestimate division opponents. You really can't. In this day and age, guys, you can't underestimate any team. Yeah, there's hardly ever a perfect pass. Exactly, Random. I mean, there's some where you see it, it's like, oh, that was nice. So, like, Mahomes to Justin Watson for, like, 17 yards up the sideline on the left side. That was, like, a perfect pass. It was like, whoop. Watson didn't even have to move. Quote of the week. Are you a man or an excuse-making little toddler? Come on, let's go, dude. Colin, no, thank you, man. You freaking found that stat so fast, unless you just knew it off the top of your head. We're like, how many penalties have the Chiefs had yardage-wise? Dude, Colin was like instantaneously 67 for 555. That was so fast. No, I appreciate the kind words, man. Appreciate the support, y'all. Score prediction for the next game: Chiefs by 69. No, I don't know. Give me till tomorrow. As I'm digging in tomorrow. Yes, TV. Or try searching for that. I somehow feel better knowing the Seahawks beat us on that one. Yeah, by a lot. Yo, what's up, Axel? Good to see you. Doing pretty good. Holly, you were at the game, weren't you? Did you and Rachel go to the game? How was it? When you look at it, he wouldn't have gotten into the end zone for the TD, and there is not guaranteed that they would have gotten the touchdown because the Chiefs struggled all night in the red zone. I mean, if he gets to the 1 yard line, I would say they're getting in, dude. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but your chances are pretty freaking high. They're pretty freaking high. Pacheco, 3 runs in a row. Come on, man. Shout out to the punter. Though he performed, Honestly, Townsend struggled a little bit yesterday. A couple pretty bad punts, but not favorable weather. I get it. He did have one amazing punt down to the 1 yard line that Justin Watson missed. Scored twice in the red zone. Yeah, and then we turned the ball over twice in the red zone, and you just never know what could have been. But those are unsuccessful red zone trips, so batted 500, 2 for 4. When is Richie James back? He's back. He's on the roster. They activated him from IR. He was just inactive for the game. So maybe we see him this week. I have no idea. Literally no idea. You guys really want Justin Tucker. I keep seeing that in chat. We've played it like 5 times. Yeah, second half was so bad, Troy. It was so bad. Levante said, just trying to be optimistic about someone on the team. Oh, dude, there's a lot of bright spots. A lot of the defense. Snead, McDuffie, Harrison Butker's still perfect on the season. Yeah, definitely some bright. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco rushed for 89 yards, averaged 4.7 yards a carry. Yep, definitely some bright spots. Like what you said at the end of the last video, if we're playing this bad on offense and still almost beat the current best team in football, then we're still right there in the hunt. No, 100%. Born again Todd. What up, Todd? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about losing to the best team from power. We're going off record and power rankings. We're talking about a 4-point game down to the wire against the best team in the NFL. And with all those drops, the 2 red zone turnovers, scoring 0 points in the second half, it was still a 4-point game, and the Chiefs still had an opportunity at the end, albeit bleak, to get down the field. Give the people Justin Tucker. Gosh dang it, Reeps. Justin Tucker.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-yard field goal over off the crossbar and through to be.
Dude, I forgot how to switch back. I was like, where did I go? Dude, guys, I have to pee so bad. I'm playing a 30-second be right back video. I don't know what video to play. Let's do this one. I'll be right back. I've been holding it for like 45 minutes. Oh my gosh. Oh, I only slept like 30 minutes, but the Chiefs got a dub. Oh, man. Girls, it's time to get up and get ready for school. Make sure to put your Chiefs shirts on, and that kid that wore the Buccaneers shirt last week, just stare at him and smile. Point at the logo. Go Chiefs. Tom Brady is so old. Every single one of them doubted us. But I did not doubt you, bud. I did not doubt you. You understand? I wonder what Shaq Barrett's thinking right now. They are upset on Twitter, bro. Skip Bayless, you are an idiot. Tom Brady is a skeleton with skin on his body. You actually thought they were gonna win last night? The refs didn't even get paid nearly enough. They're on strike with Tom Brady. Ever since he split with Giselle, finances have been a bit low. You can't sway the game when Patrick Mahomes is in the zone. It doesn't work. CEH, I like that guy. Now, I may have been upset with him last year and the year before that, but I like that guy. When the Chiefs win, ooh, the coffee tastes even better. I'm off to work. I got the Chiefs. Dude, I still laugh every time. When I look in my daughter's room and say, you know that kid that wore that Buccaneers shirt at school last week? Just point at him and smile. Point at the logo. Go Chiefs. Sorry, guys. Holy smokes. I drank so much water before the stream. Look at this. Look at all this water. Couldn't make it. I mean, I made it, but I couldn't make it till the end of the stream. That's what I'm saying. I say get rid of Mahomes and bring back Alex Smith. I know you're joking around, but much respect to Alex Smith, man. What a legend. But no. No. Well, we lost to the Jets. No, we didn't. We beat the Jets. But we did lose to the Broncos and the Lions. Unless you're a fan of a different team. But yeah, literally any team can lose to any team in this league. Like, it's crazy. You just never know. When is Nick Bolton back? Probably a few more weeks. Just stare at him and smile. Call the drops and turnovers, and we still had a chance to win. No, exactly, Uri. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Rick said we barely beat them in the Super Bowl. Yeah, down to the wire even then. I thought it's funny, like, people are weird. Like, fans are just weird. They're like trolling that the Chiefs lost to the Eagles. I was like, you're trolling that the Chiefs lost to arguably the best team in the league? I mean, okay. Okay. Whatever you say. If you could make one roster adjustment, what would you do? I mean, what's the context? Like unlimited money? Or just with who we have now? I mean, the easiest answer for me and like is just don't rotate in so many receivers. Like establish a few solid, dependable guys, or at least establish just a few guys that Mahomes can just keep building rapport with. The problem is, I don't know if Rasheed is ready for the full workload yet. I think they're getting him there. But yeah, that'd probably be like one of the things. But I don't know. That's why I'm in my basement, dude. That's why I'm in my basement making Chiefs vids and not out there. You know what I mean? It's strange to think Zach Wilson's led Jets, who make my eyes bleed every time I see them on offense, had more points in the second half than us, bro. Zach Wilson played the game of his life, and he's back on the bench. Yeah, he's back on the bench now. Yeah, Colin, what would you do? What would you do, bro? Like, I don't like, you know, at this point in the season, the trade deadline's gone, right? Like, I don't know. There's not much because they're kind of just stuck with who they got. I mean, some people they're asking in chat, Jarvis Landry. I'm like, well, maybe. You want to get Juice on here? Maybe. I don't know. Why'd you put me in timeout? I didn't put you in timeout. KT can't catch. What a funny username, though. I appreciate the 2-bomb. Cole, have you seen the new special about Chiefsaholic on ESPN Plus? I have not. Me and the wife watched it tonight. It was pretty good. No. I have not seen it yet. Are the Raiders for real or the same old Raiders? What's up, Rob? I don't know, dude. They're going through a lot. They're not in a good place. I mean, they're not in a great place. They could still give the Chiefs a hard fight, so I'm not going to count them out, but Aiden O'Connell, like Jimmy G, like not in a great place. Andy did the same thing in Philly, gave McNabb no receivers until T.O. and then didn't want to pay him. Well, frick. Where was Hardman? He got hurt. He hurt his thumb. Yeah, Max Crosby. They got some good players. Devontae's on there. They can make plays for sure. Did you see me floating across the Arrow scoreboard and changing the scoreboard? No. I don't know what you're talking about. No points in the second half for 3 games. Yeah, Kevin, it's pretty crazy. The Raiders are not ready for Chris Jones and Tranquil. Hey, I love that, though. They ready. You think Bolton would have stopped that Hurts TD draw play? I mean, maybe, Bam. That's hard to say. But Bolton does have a good knack for that kind of stuff for sure. But even with Bolton, like Bolton there last year, and the Eagles put up 35. So I think they still did a great job without Bolton. Can't wait for him to come back, though. Trade MVS. Well, trade deadline's gone, so you can't do anything this season. You're stuck with basically who you got. The offense did great in Week 7 against the Chargers. True. We know that what this offense can do. We've seen it. Let's get back to that, to this week and so on. I mean, honestly, Zach, even just one more touchdown in the red zone when they turned it over twice, that's 24 points. A little better, right? Would you want to keep Juan Thornhill or have Mike Edwards? I mean, shoot, dude. I think Mike Edwards has done great. I loved Juan Thornhill as well. I don't know how to compare them directly, player to player, but Mike Edwards has played really well, especially for what we got him for. Meanwhile, Juan Thornhill signed it was like a 2 or 3 year deal with the Browns, right, for a lot of money. So, that's cost versus production. I know Juan's been banged up this year too a little bit, but yeah, much respect to Juan Thornhill for sure. Chris Wright with the 5 gifted. Chris 5 gifted Wright, acting out his very middle name. Let's go, dude. Appreciate you. Chris Wright in the house. Let's go, dude. Edwards is legit. Thornhill got soft. I mean, I will say Edwards he don't play games. Aiden O'Connell definitely won't play the full game. He'll likely run away in his soiled diapers after catching a glimpse of Chris Jones on the D-line. They're going to wreak havoc, bro, on the Raiders. Talking about the defense in particular. Yeah, expect this new Raiders head coach to stir the pot with KC this week. He's been a Raiders fan all his life. I mean, they won a couple games with him, for sure. You can't count him out. Thornhill's being called a bust by Browns fans? Really? Is it because he's just been dealing with some injuries or what? Yeah, they want the win bad. Yeah, all the division opponents want to beat the Chiefs, right? For sure. My face when MVS dropped that pass, bro. I couldn't believe it, Don. I couldn't believe it. Edwards is good, but not on deep routes with a speedy receiver. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have been a one-on-one with Devontae. Or not Devontae. Yeah. Smith. Yeah, Devontae Smith. Bro, I tripped out for a second. I'm like, no, it's just Devontae Adams. We were talking about the Raiders. And I was like, no, it's not Devontae Smith. But yes, it was. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have been left one-on-one with him, to be honest. But, shout out to the Eagles. They saw it, and they made it happen. Mahomes is carrying us? I mean, yes. I think without Mahomes at the helm, the Chiefs might be 500. Skinny Batman. Yes, sir. That Valdes-Scantling drop against the Eagles really hurt. Yeah, it did. Ox4 Rose said, I heard Tom Grossi's a good wide receiver. I heard wide receiver 1, to be honest. KT said, I saw your face when he dropped it. I mean, bro, we can go look at the stream right now. Do you know where it was? Where exactly was it? I'm trying to see if I can find it. It was a 2nd and 10 in the 4th quarter. Oh, here it is. It was at the 50-yard line. So here we go. I'll share my screen. Oh my gosh. This looks insane. I just want to see my reaction because I haven't even seen it. Uh-oh. Here it is. I did what Mahomes did. Everybody did this. Everybody did this. Oh, I was shook. Oh, I was so sad. Oh, man. Why are we reliving through my pain? What is happening? How did we get here? I was so sad. Gosh dang it. Colin said, can't blame you. That was devastating. Ah! I did one of those. Is Sammy Watkins still playing? He tried out for like the Colts or something recently. Had to work out with him. You're funny, Evram. Cool, I have a picture of you with your hands showing something tiny like this? Or what do you mean? Doing that? Yeah, 85,000 views on that video. That's crazy. There's so many weird comments in here too. Like there's some legit. There's some like legit just Chiefs fans comments, but yeah, like Vinny. There's like Eagles fans in here going to the exact drop, putting the time marker in there saying, hold this L. Comments are funny. Ha ha ha. How's your boyfriend Travis doing? I don't even know what that means. There's some of the weirdest comments, dude. Yeah, for sure. Tyreek was a dog. You already know. KC fan. Yo, what's up, Hank D's? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. Cole's got the oh my God look going on. Bro, I did. I couldn't believe it. Look at it right now. Look at it right now. Hey, we all relive it through the pain. Here it is. Bro, I saw one of the funniest videos last week of, or 2 weeks ago maybe, of a Miami Dolphins fan reacting to the Tyreek fumble. Dude, he was freaking out. It was pretty funny. Hank D's with the 2 months. Appreciate you. And Sleepy with a 10. Let's go, man. Yo, look at this guy's name. Why can't our receivers catch the ball? It's actually kind of funny. Oh my gosh, who the hell is this, dude? What? Hey. Yo. Look at this guy's profile pic. Oh, I'm dead, bro. It's me. On that exact play. What? Or it was me right now. It might be me right now, but yo, that's freaking hilarious, dude. I don't know who you are, but dude, that got me pretty good, man. Oh, frick. Oh, that was good. Oh, man. Looks like you were holding your brain before it exploded. Might have been. Oh, that's so funny. Whew, copyright. Hey, whoever you are, hats off to you, man, because that was funny. I was not ready for that. I wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Oh, man. Scott said, Suburban Philly, wishing you continued success. Most Eagles fans recognize how blessed we were on Monday night. Hey, man, great game. And enjoy the dub. Best of luck for the rest of the season. The GOAT said, I'm subbing him. That was funny, man. I'm dead. Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, it was a hard-fought game between both teams. And yeah, the Chiefs could not get it done. Could not get it done. Guys, imagine if MVS actually caught that. Yeah, I mean, I thought about that, and even if MVS caught it, the Eagles had 1 minute and 45 seconds left and 3 timeouts, and they were trailing by 3. You never know what could have happened, but the way that the Chiefs' defense were playing, you just never know. That's how every game is, dude. What if this one play went this way instead of that? You know, what if this turnover didn't happen. It's always, they kind of say it like football's always a game of like a couple crucial plays. Yep, a lot of what ifs. No, exactly, Delirium. Always. You could what if every game, right? Ray, I'm not worried about the profile pic thing. I thought it was funny. How's the wide receiver coach feeling today? Wish I knew. EM said, Cole, do you think we should have traded for anybody before the deadline? Well, we did. We traded for McCole Hardman. So like it or love it or hate it, they did make a move. Just is what it is. What is my Super Bowl pick? I mean, just probably the Eagles or the 49ers over there. You know, I don't know that the Cowboys will get it done. The Lions are kind of sneaky, though. Got to watch the Lions. And then in the AFC, bro, that's a great question. I mean, Chiefs, Ravens, Jags. Who else, guys? Who else could... I mean, I was going to say Bills, Chiefs, Bengals. You know, then Ravens in there, but the Bills are 5-5 or 6-5. I don't know. They're struggling. Cowboys are honestly quite sneaky this year. I mean, they play good, but like, I need to see Dak show me in the postseason that he can close a game out. Their last 2 years in the playoffs have been so bad. At the end of the game, it's been so bad. So bad. Oh, man, whoever made that. Bro, I have not laughed so hard on a profile pic like that in a while. That was freaking funny. I was so fast, too. I was like, how did he do that fast? That's what got me. Was how fast he put that picture up. It's like, dude, that was hilarious. Song says, Cole, I like how you point out anything can happen. That's my mantra when people claim they'd win, if not for that bad call. Yeah, that's kind of like every game. I mean, if you ran back an NFL game with the same team, like let's say the Super Bowl was best 3 out of 5, it would be a horrible idea because of players' health. But like, every game would be so different. Like, yeah, sure, maybe the same team would win 2 or 3 in a row, which eventually they would, but it would be so different. The outcomes could be so different, man. One play here, one play there, one missed pass, you know, one fumble. It's like, Jets, even if Rodgers come back, they've lost too many already. Yeah, I think you're right. That guy that made that profile pic is a man. Oh, gosh. He ain't no coddled toddler or whatever I said earlier. Luke said, in my opinion, Dak Prescott has the best QB stats in the NFL, could win MVP if he keeps it up. I guess I would just need to go look again. To be 100% with you guys, I watch a lot of games, but I pay way more attention to the AFC, just with the Chiefs being in this conference. I still watch NFC games, but NFC games to me, until it gets closer to the playoffs, I'm kind of just like chilling, if that makes sense. Yeah, Dak's good. He's a above average quarterback for sure. For sure. What up, Gunder? I feel like every offense is struggling compared to past years. Yeah, it's a bit of a down year, I think. Cole, play the Eagles fans, Dan Orlovsky's take from the game. I watched his I watched something from him on Twitter today. It was him breaking down a couple of plays. Yeah, Edwards wanted a flag on that opening touchdown play. Yeah, I know the play you're talking about. But that's the other thing. Like, penalties happen, don't happen, get missed. It's a part of the game. Mac Lethal commented on your vid. Yeah, he's a friend of mine, man. What vid did he comment on? He normally has pretty insightful comments. Did you see ATOG seeing a UFO? No, I don't know who that is. You mean Saints versus Panthers isn't on your radar? No. Saints versus Panthers. I mean, even like, I think all the games coming up on Thanksgiving are all NFC games. Like, I mean, I'll watch the Packers one more because we play the Packers soon. So I'll watch this probably. But like 49ers, Seahawks, like those are two good teams. That'll be an interesting game. But literally 6 NFC teams today or on Thanksgiving. Like Commanders, Cowboys. I'm going to watch them all. And then there's who's playing the Red Friday game? Who's playing that? Friday right here. That's going to be a good. Well, I just realized it was the Jets. Frick. Maybe it's not going to be a good game. This would have been a banger of a game if Aaron Rodgers was healthy. This would have been fun, dude. I'm so sick of seeing the Jets in primetime games. Oh my gosh. So sick of it. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb, great receiver. For sure. What's up, Isaiah? Aaron Rodgers seen UFO? Aaron Rodgers seen a lot of stuff when he's on mushrooms, man. Oh, he's weird. Good QB, though. Have you ever used the ESPN playoff machine? I think we did last year. We looked it up, like using their bracket. Unless it's something different, let me know. What's up, Kevin? What'd it do? Yeah, Jets are not fun to watch right now. Their defense is fun. Their defense is really good. But their offense, man, is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Well, guys, it is 10:05. We've been live for a couple hours. I'm on back-to-back streams from last night, kind of running on fumes. I'm going to get out of here, and I think the puppy's still awake. Danny's still upstairs. I'm going to say hi to them, and then just relax and zone out a little bit before tomorrow. I don't know that I'll do a daily video tomorrow. I need to check also. I think me and Kylie are supposed to stream. It's the night before Thanksgiving, but I think we're supposed to do our weekly stream on Wednesday night, so that's tomorrow night. So we should be back for that. I have some YouTube shorts coming that we're working on as well. And then we'll be back. I'm going to take Thursday off. Thanksgiving off with the fam. I'll be back Friday for another like long form video previewing Chiefs and Raiders and any other Chiefs news that comes out. And make sure to keep you guys informed, in the know, and in the loop. And guys, I appreciate you so much, man. Even after a loss, Tuesday night live streams make it better. Thanks for all the comments, the questions. Make sure I'm caught up on super chats and all that. Yeah, I think I answered them all. Appreciate y'all more than you know. Have a great Thanksgiving with family. If you're not around family, maybe you can link with friends. Try to get together with someone for some football, some good food, and just reflecting on whatever it is in your life that you have to be grateful and thankful for. You can always look at the glass half full rather than half empty. Appreciate you guys, and until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. Have a happy Thanksgiving from Trevor Lawrence. I'm out of here.